Did you get the cord?
Uh, what the fuck happened to it? Yeah, I have the cord.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start it off.
All right, go ahead. You can start. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to another episode of Rockin' with Rahul and the Three Amigos. We have our special guest Chelsea tonight.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yes. Nice to have you on the show.
Good.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with ear damage?
Chelsea, tell us about yourself.
So I'm a chemist. I got my master's in forensic toxicology, and I'm a big fan of Philly sports. I went to a playoff game last year for the Phillies, and they lost, unfortunately, but I was there. Outside,
Yeah,
so if you hear her bark, I'm sorry.
no worries. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Chelsea, I remember watching every Phillies playoff game last year. The last one was awful at the end, lost to the Braves.
I went to the one where Nola was pitching against the Braves. It was the sixth game of the series, and he was supposed to sweep the series, but he didn't.
Yeah,
It was very depressing being
It
there.
happens. It happens.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sports. The Phillies are liable to win the World Series this year, which I'm hoping they do, so I don't go into another 8 month funk, depression, because the Phillies got beat. But
Yeah.
anyhow, oh, here's my head. I'm sorry.
Can
There you are,
can you
Chelsea. I see
uh,
you. There's
Chelsea? Can
Rahul.
you talk about what you do?
For
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your job?
So I work for a contracting company for a pharmaceutical company, and I do cancer research essentially. So I do method development for new chemo treatments that are coming into market. So it's really fun, it's interesting, and it's a lot of hard work, but I like it. It's a lot of science, and I feel like I'm helping the community in some way.
What did you say? Science? Do you
Yeah.
like the science of it?
Yeah, I love the science of it. I love doing experiments and being in the lab, so I'm not at a desk all day.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's good.
And you can feel like, and you can, I'm sure you feel that you are doing something positive for for the universe, which is a great thing.
Yes, I definitely do. I see the products kind of early on, so I like to see which ones eventually get approved by the FDA and used for treatment.
Uh-huh.
So it's really cool to see the whole process and why something might not be approved.
Right. Well, well then, how many of these? How many tests have you been on? What do they call that?
We call them projects, and they're
Okay.
all different molecules. I've probably tested about 50 different molecules for all different
Oh,
types of cancer, from multiple myeloma.
Wow.
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing, Chelsea.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Where did you go to school, Chelsea?
I went to my undergrad at University of Pittsburgh and I majored in chemistry, and then I got my master's in forensic toxicology from Jefferson.
Oh, what did you say? You got your major, yeah, your master's in.
Forensic toxicology.
Wow. Okay. Are you ever thinking of going for your PhD in chemistry or anything like that?
I considered it, but it's a lot of work, so I might get a second master's instead, because a PhD requires you to come up with something completely new, like a new method or something, and you can be there for like 8 years.
Yeah, from what I heard,
Oh,
getting a PhD is tough.
Yeah.
no, it is not. It's not easy. Not
Yeah.
easy at all.
So a
Well,
second master's would be 2 years.
what's that, Chelsea?
A second master's would be 2 years.
And you would you get your master's in chemistry or what?
Probably
Organic chemistry?
pharmaceutical chemistry, because that's what I work with now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh,
planning to
that's
go for your
great.
master's?
Yeah, I might in a few years. I would like a company to pay for it though, because I'm still paying off my previous masters with student loans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's not a drop in the bucket either. You know, far more than a drop in the bucket, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was all loans when I went for my master's. Undergrad,
Yeah,
I
sure.
would have been done by now paying off my loans, but my master's just took it over the edge.
Catapulted it up over the hill, right?
Yeah.
Is anyone excited for the bird season?
Yes. Excited to go to Xfinity Live this year before the games.
Yeah. How often do you go to Xfinity Live? I've been there before.
I've only been there twice before,
Yeah.
but now that your sister's done with her schooling, I feel like I'll be there a lot more this year with her.
That would be awesome. You guys can go a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Xfinity Live is fun. It's a good place to watch the game.
Yeah, back when the Eagles lost their Super Bowl game back in I think it was 2 football seasons ago when they played
It
against
was
the Chiefs.
2023.
It was 2023. Yeah.
No,
Y-
no, 20. No, it was 2022.
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was the 2022-2023 season, Rahul.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that was 2 seasons ago. You and it was you and me and Max went to the Xfinity Live to see uh the Eagles and the Chiefs on TV. We went there
yeah,
and they didn't win at that time.
yeah.
Oh, wow, you went to Xfinity for that game?
Yeah, yeah.
That was,
Honestly, we didn't get the excitement that we were hoping for.
yeah, but it happens. At least it was a good game, though. I remember
Yeah,
being so close until the end. I'm pretty sure. I think a field goal is what won it for the Chiefs, something like.
yeah. What is your prediction for the Eagles' record this year, Chelsea?
How many games are in a season?
It's 17.
17.
Um, I'm gonna guess 13 and 4. I have high hopes. I don't know. I believe
Charlie,
England can make it.
Charlie, what's your prediction?
What's my prediction?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all.
My prediction is 16-1.
You got really high hopes.
Yeah.
My prediction is like 12 or 13 wins.
Yeah, I believe they can do it.
Yeah.
Charlie, what do you think about the Phillies winning the series against Toronto?
Well, I think the Phillies did a great job. I think yesterday's game was a testament to
Kyle Schwarber.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was uh, looking at my computer here, which I shouldn't be doing. Uh, uh, hold on 1 second.
Is Toronto a really good team, though?
No, Toronto is not that good of a team.
Yes, we can't really, like, we can say good job, Phillies, but I don't know. I'm worried.
Yeah.
I feel like Phillies kind of choke when things get tough, like important games.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in the playoffs or the World Series, for example.
Yeah, I feel like nobody hits during those important games.
Well, that's the thing that scares me. I'm sorry, guys. I was checking something out. I'm sorry. the problem with the Phillies is, well, like, and this is no great mystery at all, but last year they didn't hit the ball worth crap in the playoffs. They were hitting well in the playoffs, and then they hit that snap where they couldn't buy a hit, and that's when they were playing Arizona, I believe.
Mhm.
Because then Arizona beat them, and they played Texas for the World Series.
We played
Yeah.
Texans for we played the Houston Astros.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about last season. Oh no, wait. Yeah, last season. Then they had last season they were in the playoffs and they were hitting the ball, but when they got to the Arizona Diamondbacks, they were totally shut down. They
Yeah.
couldn't buy a hit in that series.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
know.
remember?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a
That's
horrible
the
game.
term.
That was a
Yeah,
terrible game to forget. Oh my
and
gosh.
and and I'll tell you what the main problem was. Don't laugh. During the season, they relied on home runs to get their runs instead of relying on getting hits and being lucky to have home runs besides that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I played softball, so my high school coach would always say hits make runs. You're not a one-man team. It's all the little hits, all the singles that make the runs.
Wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How many years did you play softball during your 4 year in high school, Chelsea?
I played all 4 years. Altogether, I played 13 years of softball from the time I was like 4 or 5 all the way to 18. And my senior year is on 3 teams. So I was
Wow.
playing for 6 hours a day.
Wow.
If anybody's watching if anybody's watching on YouTube, if you guys have any question, you could go on the chat box and you could comment on there. We got one viewer. His name is Jetty Gamer. He's saying hello there. Hello there.
Hello.
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 Wil-
Hello. Hello. Hello.
William, do you know Jetty Gamer or someone?
I think sounds familiar.
So
If anybody have any questions, you could comment on the chat box below.
what? Not now, right? We can continue the way we're working here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jetty Gamer is saying he loves this discussion.
He loved this discussion
Yeah.
of what, baseball?
Yeah. And baseball and football and
Okay.
all.
Well, you guys don't know your stuff. I mean, that's uh, you know, it's you guys should be happy that you had someone come on your show and they were pleased to be on your show. That's a great thing, Rahul. Way to go.
Yeah. Chelsea, what high school did you go to?
I went to Counter Rock.
Okay, Castle Rock. Okay. Didn't your girls have? Didn't there? Weren't their girls good at field hockey? Didn't they have good field hockey teams? Am I
I think so. I don't really follow field hockey that much, but I think they were pretty good.
Yeah, that just came to mind because I remember seeing it last year on the internet, or on the newspaper on the internet. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, when you were playing, when you were playing ball, what did you do to prepare yourself for playing?
Um, Honestly, I just had to take a deep breath because I get a lot of anxiety when I play because a lot when you're batting, all the pressure's on you. So you kind of have to forget about everything and just focus on hitting the ball.
Right? Oh yeah, absolutely.
See,
And
that's the key for
and you
me.
low,
Forget about everything else. Just play ball.
yeah,
Mhm.
That's good advice for me for basketball. That
yeah,
just help. That could be a good help for me more.
yeah. Just push everything out of your head and
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I would say that Chelsea, you probably come up. You probably have about dozens of people coming up and trying to uh, tell you how to hit or tell you how to be more effective here and there, and they don't know how to. They don't know anything about hitting, and they nothing that they say can help you because you know what you're doing already. You know,
Yeah, my junior year coach ruined my swing, so I had to relearn that when I did private lessons again.
really.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
How do you ruin what? Teaching you something different?
Yeah, she was trying to correct my form, but it actually ruined it completely. My dad told me that was completely incorrect, and when I went to my private coach again, she was like, "Why would she ever tell you to do that?" She wanted
Right.
me to like lead with my elbow when I was swinging, but it just didn't work out. It made your swing slower.
What did she tell you to do with you?
She wanted you to lead with your elbow to the ball instead of because I always kind of tucked my elbow to make my swing faster.
It's your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's your shoulder, right? It's your shoulder when you hit. You know, you're moving your shoulder into the ball. You have your head down on the ball so that when you make contact, you can see yourself make contact. If you fly your head out here like this and then try to hit a ball out here like that, you will do absolute. I just did this whole thing and you probably didn't even see it, but that you find yourself much better off, you know, and you do what works for you, you know. I mean, it's yeah. I'm very
Yeah. Yeah.
very
One word of advice, Chelsea. Always do what's best for yourself.
Yeah.
yes,
It was hard because I was a starter and I was like, I go to a private coach and this is nothing my coach ever told me. My dad paid for one-on-one lessons twice a week just so I could improve my skill. And like this girl who was trying to coach me, I don't even know she played softball.
right.
Yeah, she was trying to correct my swing and I was
The,
like, this is
Well,
not.
uh,
yeah. What was your average before this person corrected your swing?
It was like 500-ish. Like it was
Okay,
crazy high. 500. I know it's actually closer to 750. I was always going like 3 for 4.
that's great. And then what happened after this coach?
Then that's when it went down to like 500, like 300. I was
You were
going,
dropping.
yeah.
When did your father decide to remove that other coach, send them on their way, and get you back to your own form?
I didn't have a choice because this was my high school coach. So after the season, my dad was like, "Yeah, let's go back to Chrysalin." That was her name. And
Uh-huh.
she had to refix everything. So by the time I was playing travel ball in the summer, I was good enough again. Because I
Oh, that's great. Well, that's great.
and speaking of baseball, there's breaking news in baseball. Chicago Cubs they throw a combined no hitter. Nate Pearson and Pete Porter Hodge complete combined no hitter versus Pirates. This is the 18th no in Cubs history.
That's great.
Well, that's great.
Go Cubs.
Yeah, go to them.
Um,
I'm not a
Charlie, do
fan.
you remember the last time Phillies had a no hitter?
The last no hitter the Phillies had.
I think it was Michael Lorenzo.
Yeah, it was. What was he? What was he last season? He was with the Phillies.
Yeah,
Yeah, he threw. Isn't he the one that threw a no hitter the first time out?
yeah,
And then he kind of like simmered off after that.
yeah, because Phillies were playing what you might call Taiwan Walker more.
Yeah, Taiwan Walker sucks, and I don't know why they keep him around. He can't. He doesn't throw. You know what drives me nuts? When guys start throwing balls to the leadoff batter.
Mhm.
Walking a leadoff batter is tantamount to uh, suicide, because you get that guy like first person on base, and like you were saying earlier, you get somebody, they get a knock, and they move people around, and then somebody else comes up, gets another knock, and now you got the bases loaded. You know what I mean? What you were talking about, working your way around, and that's the way. And if you need to move a runner, I hope you learn to bunt the proper way, so you can lay a good bunt down and move a runner if you have to late in the game or whatever, you know?
And leadoff hitters are usually the fastest players on the team.
Right. And the ones that make contact,
Yeah.
they have to be contact hitters with speed,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know?
They were for softball, slapping isn't a thing in baseball but for softball, a lot of our leadoff hitters were slap hitters. So they were lefties who like would run and hit just to get on base.
Run and hit. What do you mean?
It's a very interesting technique. Like when the girl is pitching, you start to run and you kind of just slap it. You don't do a full swing. So it's in between a swing and a bunt, but you're like kind of already on your way to run. So your momentum's already going.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
One
I
of
don't think I'd like that.
I never did it. I wasn't fast.
I don't think I would ever let anybody on my team do that, or they
Me,
wouldn't
me,
do it
me,
anymore.
me neither, Charlie.
Yeah.
one of the viewers watching us, he's asking this question: did any of you watch the games of the Little League World Series? They had some great games.
I watched a couple games. Uh the oh Well, they might have been the elimination games. Well, they're all elimination games, pretty much. I saw a couple of them, and they were really well played. I mean, well played. They were well coached, and I'll pull the share the link. Uh,
And we put a poll question out there for all the viewers. Um, how many game Eagles will win this year? You guys can vote on the poll, either above 10 wins or below 10 wins. Um, we got one person that voted for below 10 wins.
well, it's a 16-game season, correct?
Yeah.
Well, let me see. If if they come out and they're playing and they're chugging along, so that they don't peak too early, and they're moving up and up, I could see them winning 12 games, 14 games, 12 games. 14 games would be a lot, but winning 12 games. But I can also see them only winning 10, you know? So it all depends. It all depends on the kid that's the quarterback for the Eagles, and see if he can keep himself in the pocket to throw the ball without dropping back and taking off. You know what I mean? He looks more like a single wing tailback than he does as a quarterback. You know what I
The,
mean?
yeah, the Eagles also signed a guy I went to college with, Kenny Pickett. He's not
Oh,
that good, but he's signed to the Eagles now. He's a quarterback.
really? Oh, Kenny Pickett from Pitt.
Yeah, I went to school with him. He played while I was there for 2 years.
Really?
What I saw him. I saw a couple games that Pitt played. What did you think of him?
In college, he was amazing. Like right off the bat from a freshman, he was starting. Like he was amazing to watch in college, but he could not make the transition to the NFL, which happens a lot. Because just think you're all the top of the top players from all these different colleges across the country, and now you're coming to less than 40 teams, like a league with less than 40 teams. I don't know
Right,
how many teams exactly. So he just couldn't make the transition. Like college ball, a lot of it was people didn't know how to cover wide receivers because
right.
in college, you run the ball. So he just stood out because he knew how to throw the ball downfield and he understood the receivers, but he didn't have any success on the Steelers at all.
But you know what? I'll tell you. You know what? He suffered from poor coaching, Kenny Pickett. And one of the problems with quarterbacks coming into the NFL that are supposed to be, top shelf is that last year they were 21-year-old kids. Now they're 22 years old and they're playing in the NFL. Well, you have to allow for a little bit of that, but you also have to coach them. I mean, you can't accuse somebody of not doing their job if you haven't taught them how to do it.
That's
right?
true.
So one of the problems is that they look for a miracle cure. They look, well, we'll grab this guy, he'll do it for us. Well, if you don't have the proper people around them and you don't have any kind of running game or whatever, you just totally keep that quarterback from growing. What do you think?
I agree. Hopefully the Eagles quarterback coach actually takes time with him and helps him grow because he does have a lot of talent. He just has to understand the NFL and how the players are, and like he has to understand his wide receivers more and his tight ends.
Right.
That's a really close friendship. Like at Pitt, they all lived together, so he was best friends with them.
Yeah. Chelsea, did you ever talk to him in person, if you don't mind me asking?
Kenny Pickett was not one that I met in person because he didn't really go to parties.
Oh, okay.
Kind of hard to see the football players unless you went to a football party, if that makes sense, or you had sex with them.
With Sixers season coming up, what's your prediction on the Sixers?
Yeah, for October.
Yeah,
How many games?
I think
When
they
they play
will.
62,
I think they'll win like 48 wins. They'll be a 48 win team.
well, it all depends on how they all gel together.
I'm thinking of 45 wins.
45 wins.
Yeah.
They play what, 62 games?
They
Yeah.
play a 72 game season.
72 games.
81 game season.
81. Okay. Well, see, like I told you before, I don't know anything about the NBA. I don't follow any of those teams. I have no idea of what they'd be able to do, except for the fact that they already have a good player, that Joel Embiid, if he can keep himself healthy, and they got George Paul coming in. That's his name, right? Paul George coming in.
Chelsea, what do you think about the Paul George trade to the Sixers? To us.
I honestly don't know who that is. Basketball is one of my least favorite sports.
Oh, okay.
And I know they traded James Harden, which I don't know if that was a good move or bad move.
Honestly, it was a good move
for the Sixers.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Rahul. It was a good move. That's what I was about to say.
Okay. I knew he wasn't happy in Philly, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the spirit of the team.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Phil.
do you want to do the closing statement?
Sure. Thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of Rockin' with Rahul and the Three Amigos. And tune into another episode next week. And remember, click and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Bye. Good night.
Go Eagles.
Go Sixers.
Bye. Go Birds.
Go
Go
Phillies.
Phillies.
Go Wings.
Yeah.
Go Unions. Go
Yeah.
Flyers.
Go Phillies.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
See you later, Chelsea.
See you later, Chelsea.
See you, William.
See you, Raw. See you, Charlie.
All right. Take care of yourself, all right?
All right.
You too.
And
See ya.
see you later. Take
Yeah.
care.
You too.
And see you later, Rahul. Are you still
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
See ya.
This is very interesting. Very interesting